Well, here we are, folks. This is Billy Core from the Carolina Circle Mall Wiki. Today is Monday, July the 11th of 2016, and we have a box. Yes, indeed. And what's in this box is something, well, quite cool. For those of you who have seen my videos going way back to like 2010, you may have remembered me mentioning a few times back then YouTube user ULTBW100. He was my very first fan here on YouTube, and I met him in the, well, not face-to-face of course, I met him in early 2010, and we bonded because we both had Packard Bells as our first computers. I had the Packard Bell Legend 822 CDT, and he had a Packard Bell Platinum Pro 750, which unlike me, he kept his childhood Packard Bell, which I wish I had, unfortunately, but that didn't happen. But he used to tell me all about this Packard Bell Platinum Pro 750. He even made a quick little video about it in the summer of 2010. Hard to believe that was almost 6 years ago. Ugh. And recently, actually just as recent as a week ago today, I was browsing eBay for Packard Bell stuff like I usually do. I never have the intention of buying anything. I just like to search for Packard Bells on eBay and see if there's anything cool to look at and look at pictures of. And I happened upon a Platinum Pro 750. And I was looking at it and I was thinking, man, these pictures look awfully familiar. And I happened to look at the name of the eBay user, and I realized the person selling it was ULTBW100. He was selling his childhood computer. I was thinking, okay, what's going on here? So I sent him an email and asked him about it, and he said yes, indeed, he was selling it. I didn't want to see it go to a reseller like SoCareer or something, one of those people that buys up perfectly good old computers and gouges the prices of them like crazy. That's a rant for another video, but I asked him if he'd be willing to take an offer on it, and I made him an offer, and he accepted. It was a very reasonable offer as well, and he sent it out last week, and it arrived on my front porch this morning. And I'm very excited to have this. Very, very excited, actually. Been posting on Facebook like crazy about it. What's in this box, I believe, is the Packard Bell itself, the original keyboard, the original mouse, and the original microphone for it. Now, what makes this Packard Bell unique, other than the fact that this was ULTBW100's original childhood computer, is the fact that in the late part of 1996, this computer was pretty much the best that money could buy when it came to Packard Bells. What you got was a massive 3.4 gigabyte hard drive, a 200 megahertz Pentium, no MMX, I believe 32 megabytes of memory, and all kinds of good little goodies. So yeah, it pretty much was the best money could buy back then. Alright, let's quit putting this off. Let's unbox the magic that is the Packard Bell Platinum Pro 750. There's a very sharp blade in this knife, you need to be careful. Go. All right. Simple enough. that knife away before I kill myself with it. Okay, let's bring the camera a little bit closer. Readjust it. Okay. I believe that's the Packard Bell itself. Okay, right here I believe is probably the keyboard. Yes, it is. Original Packard Bell keyboard. Right here. Looks like it could stand to be cleaned up a little bit though, which I will probably do. Okay, and this is probably the mouse and microphone. Okay, well, power cord. I believe this is the microphone, and I believe this is the mouse. Alright, now for the system itself. There we go. Packed very well. Thank you very much for that. Now I'll get this bubble wrap off. This is a computer I've known about for 6 years now. I saw pictures and video of it 6 years ago. Now it's in my possession. Okay, I see the Packard Bell logo now. Alright. Just about got one layer off. Alright, here we are. Hey. Platinum Pro 750. 3.2 gig hard drive, 200 megahertz Pentium processor, and 32 megs of memory. I believe all that's still original as well. So, let's set this up on the workbench so we can get a closer and more personal look at it. Got lightheaded there, just a second there. Okay, and here we are. This is the Platinum Pro 750. There's the spec sticker. You can pause that if you want to read it. And this is pretty much the best money could have bought in the latter part of the year 1996. A little dirty looking, but absolutely no yellowing, which is good. All of this, of course, can be cleaned up, which I am going to do. Okay, here's the back. There's the date sticker. It was built September the 27th of 1996, about a month after I began the first grade. And not long after Hurricane Fran came through North Carolina. Not very fun. There's the sound/modem card, a TV tuner card, and we got a serial port, parallel port, PS2 keyboard, PS2 mouse, And this is cool. I've had Packard Bells like this before with these, but I've never had the right software to use it with, but I do now, so I'll be able to try this out. S-Video in and Composite in. This was intended to be used for stuff like camcorders as a early form of video conferencing that Packard Bell offered, which is kind of neat. I'll have to maybe hook up a VCR or something to it. And then of course you get your standard VGA out. So, yeah, there it is. And interestingly, this Packard Bell has never been reformatted. So, let's hook it up and give it a try. Alright, got everything set up now. I'm going to have to be unplugging it again in a few minutes though, because I'm planning on changing out a couple of things inside of it, plus I'm blowing out some of the dust that's in there, because I saw in some of the pictures he sent me of it. It was a little bit dusty, so I'm going to take some compressed air to it and take care of that, and maybe clean it up a little bit with some cleaning product. But moment of truth here, folks. Here we go. Say hello to the Packard Bell Platinum Pro 750. So far so good. It's quiet too. It's like we're gonna have to give it a new CMOS battery. It's not too surprising. Again, from what I understand, this is the original installation. This computer has not been reformatted in almost 20 years. It's never been reformatted, actually. I believe he got this for his birthday in January of 1997. I forgot to plug the speakers in to power. One moment. There we go. Alright, daylight savings time. Thinks it's December 31st, 1989. Meaning that I'm just a little over a month old. Okay, we didn't get a startup sound, but then again, maybe there isn't one. It's muted. Since this is the original installation, I am going to take this hard drive out and hook it up to a IDE to USB adapter and make an image of it. And there's all the software. This came with the Platinum software bundle. You see, in late 1996, Packard Bell had two software bundles that you would have gotten with their computers because they had two series of machines. They had the Multimedia and the Platinum. The Multimedia series had the same software package from my Packard Bell Legend 822 CDT, whereas the Platinum Pro had a totally different series of software, including Packard Bell Navigator 3.9, which I will open up right now if I can find it. Where are you? Huh. Doesn't seem to be on the start menu. Odd. Oh well, we'll just do it the hard way.
Packard Bell computer offers two computing environments to choose from: our Navigator Home environment or Microsoft Windows. Press button number 1 to go directly to Navigator, or button 2 to go to Windows 95. Press button 3 for an overview of Navigator. Press the number 3 key on your keyboard for a quick lesson on using your mouse. To customize your setup and secure your computer so that more than one person can use it, press button 4.
Yes, this is a much more sophisticated version of Packard Bell Navigator. Even got SimCity Classic on here. That's pretty cool. However, when I set this up for myself, I'm actually going to be using the Master CD from the Multimedia series at the same time, so I can have the same software bundle as the Legend 822, because, well, I'm weird, and I need professional help. What's interesting about this is, here's the C drive. It's only 2 gigabytes, but we also have a second partition on here that was done from the factory, actually, for an extra gigabyte. This is because this has a 3.2 gigabyte hard drive, but this is Windows 95 A. And Windows 95 A only supported the FAT16 file system, which only supports drives up to 2 gigabytes, so they had to partition it into one 2 gig partition and one 1 gig partition. Good device manager, S3 Verge, got 2 megabytes of video memory. So yeah, we're looking pretty good. Looks like I'm going to have to replace the CMOS battery in it, but I think I may have a spare one in the house. Okay, I guess we're not going to shut down. Okay. Alright, let's take this out back and clean its dust out. Alright, got it outside now. Battery is dying as usual on my camera. Got the front panel taken off and everything taken off of it, actually, just about. Look at all that dust there, especially around the floppy drive. Kind of a before. This is the before shot. Okay, let's get the compressor going. Alright, watch out, headphone users. Here we go. Sorry about that, folks. The camera battery died in the middle of the dusting out, but got it all ready here. A little dark, but it looks a lot better than it did before. I even went and replaced the CMOS battery. I already put all the settings in for it. Grab it over here. I'm going to show you something kind of interesting I discovered about the old CMOS battery. I don't know if this is what I think it is, but if it is, the camera will focus on it. I think this battery might be a little bit corroded, which is possible, but kind of unusual for these coin cell batteries. I usually don't do that. But nevertheless, it didn't do any damage, and I got a new working battery in it now. What I plan to do is remove this hard drive and replace it with a compact flash card. I got a 4 GB one. I'm also thinking about putting a Sound Blaster All 64 Gold in here, and I may even put in a Diamond Multimedia Voodoo card that I have lying around. I had thought about putting in a Pentium MMX chip, because this is a Socket 7 motherboard, but unfortunately this motherboard lacks the required voltage regulator in order to have an MMX in here. Voltage regulator would go my finger's just going to cast a shadow on it. It would go where the where you see the letters VR1C1. Some of these motherboards had the regulators, some of them didn't. Unfortunately, this one does not. Now, from what I've read, you can still put an MMX in here, but from what I've read, it can cause stability issues. So, I don't know about that, folks. This will probably remain non-MMX, unfortunately. But anyway, unless that could be it. But I doubt it. I'm going to probably do the upgrades off camera, but I will return afterwards. Well, it's been quite a few hours. Last time I checked in on you, it was probably about 4 o'clock this afternoon. It's now almost 10 o'clock in the evening. So I've been at this most of the day, but I'm glad to say that the Platinum Pro 750 is fully functional and is working just fine. Let me just go through what I've done since the last part of the video. First of all, I had to replace the CD-ROM drive, as is tradition on these old Packard Bells. It seems like the CD-ROM drives are always the first thing to go on old systems. What happened was I was putting the master CD in there, and when it was booting from it, from the boot, when it was starting it from the boot floppy, well, it made a sound like that of a DVD player going down a garbage disposal, and it would not read from it either. So hated to have to get rid of the original drive, but I popped in a standard issue CDRW drive. Obviously I'm not planning on recording CDs with it, but it matches the case and it works perfectly well for reading discs, so I'm happy with it. Yeah, and then I restored from the master CD, like I mentioned earlier. The Packard Bells of late 1996, from when this particular model came from, you had two series of models to choose from. You had the multimedia line and the platinum line. Multimedia came with the 1995/1996 era software pack that you would have seen on my Packard Bell Legend 822 CDT or the Packard Bell Legend 1510 Supreme, and which also had Navigator 3.6, which is pretty much identical to 3.5, is the one most people remember when it comes to Packard Bell Navigator. But then you had the Platinum line, which had the Platinum series of software, which had totally different software on it. But it did, and it also had a newer version of Navigator, which you saw earlier in the video, Navigator 3.9. Now, because I am a complete nut job, and and my nostalgia is better than your logic, I actually restored this not from the Platinum Master CD, which I do have, but from a multimedia Master CD from the same era. It gave me the exact same drivers and everything. Everything worked perfectly, but the only difference is I got the 95-96 software pack that would have been on my Packard Bell Legend 822 CDT, which to me just feels a little bit more at home, if you get what I'm saying. I do feel a little bit bad for robbing it of its originality as far as software is concerned, but you know, I figured for the stuff I do want from the Platinum bundle, I could probably just install it separately, which I haven't done yet, but I will do it eventually. Actually, probably right either after I make this video or sometime tomorrow. I also hooked up a Packard Bell Media Select, which I did a video about a couple of years ago on when I still had my Platinum 2240. This is actually the one that came with it, and this particular Packard Bell would have come with this as well. And even though I have the different software pack on here, it still works perfectly. Basically what it does is give you access to certain features, mostly for multimedia related stuff, like your CD controls, volume control. You can do your fax machine functions from here, use your TV card if you have one, FM radio tuner card if you have one. And what's bizarre about it, you would think you would plug it in through the PS2 keyboard port, but actually you plug it in through the PS2 mouse port, and it has a pass-through right here for the mouse. And so yeah, it is pretty bizarre that it would use the mouse port for that. And of course I have a original Packard Bell monitor. Did not come with this system, but it will probably would have had the same model of it when ULTVW100 got it originally back in 1997. Okay, let's get the camera on the tripod and fire up. Alright folks, here we go. Oh, and if I haven't mentioned it already, this now has a 4 GB CF card. When I restored it from the master CD, it installed Windows 95A, so it only used 2 gigs of the 4 gig CF card at first. But I upgraded it to Windows 95B, and then used a Acronis OS Selector's floppy disk to convert the drive to FAT32 and expand it to fill all 4 gigabytes. So for stuff I plan to do with this, 4 gigabytes is perfect. Probably more than enough. Okay, here's the main desktop. I've already been installing a few things on here. Just show the C drive here. 3.72 gigabytes. There's the device manager, if you can see it. Again, we have an S3 Verge video card, which is built in. Sound 3 modem, Packard Bell monitor, and the Sound 3. This is a newer version of the of the Packard Bell sound modem card that they started using around the end of September of '96. My Packard Bell Legend 1510 Supreme was also built in September 1996, same month as this Packard Bell, but the 1510 had the older version of the sound card in it, but this one has the newer one, so apparently they made the transition sometime in September of '96. And yes, I know nobody really cares about that. I'm a nerd. Okay. So far I've installed Entertainment Pack, Jumpstart First Grade, some of the Living Books games, Microsoft's Return of Arcade, Magic School Bus Explores the Human Body, and installed all the Gus games, and some Sierra games including Mixed Up Mother Goose, 3D Ultra Pinball, and The Incredible Machine. So, first thing we'll do is open up Packard Bell Navigator.
Welcome from Packard Bell. We offer you two computing environments to choose from, Packard Bell's Navigator or Microsoft Windows. You may also begin by taking a quick lesson on using the mouse.
Again, this is not the version of Packard Bell Navigator this particular model came with. So this is not original, but it absolutely works beautifully and perfectly. Got your ski free there. Yep, this is the software that would have been on my 822. Like I said, I can always install what's missing from the Platinum Bundle on here. Along with it, kind of have the best of both worlds. Of course, I still prefer having this version of Navigator over the newer one. It just feels more right to me. Like I said, it feels more at home. Okay, let's take a look at the system credentials. You see, I was able to copy the master boot record from the old hard drive over to the CF card, so I was able to have the format numbers, system credentials, and all that on here. Okay. 200 megahertz Pentium, AMI BIOS, 640K of base memory, extended memory is 32 megs, S3 Verge video card with 2 megs of video memory. The original hard drive there was a Quantum Fireball. PBTV5 card. I need to install the software for it sometime. See if I can get it to work. Exceeds all test parameters. You know, I've always found it funny that I've never found a Packard Bell that did not exceed all test parameters. Wouldn't that be awkward? And test date, September the 28th, 1996, 12:59 p.m. I imagine that was probably Pacific time. All the books for the system. Okay, well, let's fire up a game. How about some Firefight? Haven't seen that game in a while. Plus, I had the CD lying over here anyway, so makes my job a little bit easier. All right, here we go.
Electronic Arts, Epic Mega Games, Chaos Works, Firefight.
Let's configure joystick there. I'm using a good old-fashioned Microsoft Sidewinder 3D Pro. Highly recommend these. never find one that is. Alright, let's fire up the first level here. I'm not using any cheat codes, so let's hope we can get through. Alright, and this runs beautifully on here.
You have found a secret place. Missiles.
Smooth as butter.
Plasma gun.
I still remember my dad being obsessed with this game when we first got it back in 1996. We actually first got it as a demo from the America Online Games channel sometime in 96. And then we went out to CompUSA and bought the full version. And this is the same version we bought back then, so... And my dad would sit at the Legend 822 CDT for hours and hours playing this. And he still says this is the greatest computer game he's ever played. It's understandable, this is a very, very good game. Even though it has a forecaster! I'm running out of ammo, I believe. Okay, that helped a little bit. Well, that really helped. Sorry about that, I had to check something. Oh, come on, die already.
You have found a secret place.
Here, a secret place. Health back. If you guys ever come across this game anywhere, I highly, highly recommend it. It is extremely underrated. And with the right compatibility settings, you can even get it running on operating systems as new as Windows XP. Anything beyond that, though, it's not going to work. Sad to say. Oh yeah, this thing.
Entire inner ground
Wow.
has been destroyed.
Alright, we killed all the bad guys. Let's go ahead and land.
Mission complete.
Alright, let's back out of this now. Alright, firefight was a complete success on here, I'm proud to say. We have time for one more. I guess we can do a quick game of Earthworm Jim. Can't go wrong with it. Alright, I'm not going to register. Excuse me, I'm not going to register. Set up the joystick. I want this to be. No, actually, I want that. This to be jump, that to be fire, and this to be whip. Alright, let's play some Earthworm Jim, the greatest computer game ever created, in my personal opinion. Although I'm sure you guys have much different opinions. Excuse me. My body is just going new tonight. Attention Jay Wakefield, the cow has been launched. La 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 indeed. Goodbye, Bird. Such a perfect game in every way possible. It's a work of art. It's absolutely beautiful. Everything about it. Shut up, dog. My dog had an infection. It looked like a log. Broke out in hives and then spewed all over my wife. It was for Elmo 3 there. If this looks a little unusual, folks, then let me explain. This is actually a shortcut that I discovered sometime in the late 90s, early 2000s. Get you through the first level, which is New Junk City, quite a bit faster. Recently, I also played the Sega CD version of this game, and it's almost identical to the Windows 95 version. Although, this will still always be the best version by far. I'm nude. By the way, if you haven't figured it out yet, yes, this has taken the place of the Legend 1510 Supreme. Legend 1510 Supreme, obviously I am never getting rid of it. It's going to be with me for the rest of my life, along with the Legend 822. It's just going to be put up in storage for a little while, until I need it again. I'm a stud. There we go. Alright. And if you have these homing missiles instead of the regular gun, instead of doing this to kill this end of level boss, instead you can just do this. This is one of the things I love about this game. It does not take itself seriously. Something you just don't see a lot anymore in games. And again, I really don't play too many modern games anymore, so... Well, I think we have time for the Andy Asteroid level.
Look, they're meatballs.
These levels used to drive me crazy as a kid. Not necessarily this one, but the later Andy Asteroids levels get really difficult. Alright, enough of Earthworm Jim for the night. That is a very good game, though. Okay, I guess that's about it for tonight. What's in store for the future of this machine? Well, I'm thinking about putting my Sound Blaster All 64 Gold sound card in here, which is a really nice card. Hopefully it'll play right with everything on here. Also, I'm thinking about putting my Diamond Multimedia Voodoo card in here. This is the one that requires that patch-through cable, so that might give it a little bit of boost in the graphics department. I would still really like to put an MMX in here, but from what people have told me about this, if it doesn't have that voltage regulator, it's way too risky. Apparently you can't, I don't think it'll fry the computer itself, but it could fry the CPU. So unfortunately, I don't think this computer will be seeing an MMX processor. I am sad to say. But hopefully, with the upgrades I plan to give it, along with including the Voodoo card, it should perform very well. In fact, it already is without those upgrades. So, let's go ahead and shut her down for the night. There will be more to come at a later date involving this computer. For now, this is Billy Core saying thank you very much, ULTBW100, for giving me the opportunity to purchase this from you. And this is also Billy Core signing off.